talking about crazy pride, though, so West Hollywood Pride. I've been seeing a lot of stuff coming out about West Hollywood Pride this weekend. So really crazy stuff. But there was a person, and they go by Zodiac Rose. They were arrested at Hollywood Pride. And this was what was really interesting because, and again, if you've heard me talk, it's like, so I said Trantifa is looking for their trans Floyd because they tried to make this about homophobia instead of what it was really about. So here's the video.
At Pride, oh my God.
He was laughing at something homophobic. He was being homophobic. He was laughing at a liberation sign. I told him he shouldn't be there. I told him that he's no cops at Pride, and then they're detaining me. I only said 4 words.
And they snuck up on him.
My name is Zodiac.
Did you see that? They snuck up on him.
My name is Zodiac Rose. I did nothing wrong.
All we said was no cops.
I did nothing wrong. My name is Zodiac Rose. They are detaining me, and I was just talking to an officer. I said he shouldn't be laughing at something.
So yeah, that's not the whole story. So obviously, apparently, so what they said is that they were trying to claim that the officers made fun of their sign, and they said you shouldn't be here. They don't think cops should be at Pride at all that type of stuff. Because again, they are Antifa, they're Trantifa. But that's not the whole story. So back in April, on April 15th, this Zodiac Rose allegedly stole a cell phone and started stomping on it. And there was a warrant issued for their arrest on May 31st. So, and quite ironically, there's video of it.
Help! 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 Police! Police! Stop! Stop fighting! Stop fighting! Stop fighting! Stop fighting! We're not here to fight! Stop! We're not here to fight! We're not here to fight! Stop! I was just stop! We're not here to fight! Oh, get up! He's dead! Help! Help!
With so in other videos, that person that's wearing like the tan stuff, that person that's wearing the tan stuff actually punches this person in the face out of nowhere, like sucker punches them in the face. I don't know why. I don't know if they have a warrant for their arrest yet, but they should. They punched that person in the face, and that's what happens. And so the police said they saw this person at the Pride event, and that's why they were arrested. It wasn't to do with homophobia or what they said. The other person was placed under arrest for actually interfering with an arrest. So it was one of those obstruction charges. So let me see. Yeah, Abby Nicole Thomas is the other person who intervened during police. So this person's name is actually Hunter Lee Darling, who's 24 years old, also known as Zodiac Rose. They were arrested at the West Hollywood Pride Festival on Saturday with his friend Abby Nicole Thomas, who intervened with police while they placed him under custody. He was actually charged with robbery, vandalism, and battery for the incident that I just showed you. So, but again, they try to say that these were like chumped up charges and all this. They didn't. They're trying to say that it's not real charges. They literally just booked this person because they were homophobic and challenged them when they were being homophobic. Which again, on April 15th, the person stomped on their stuff. The only reason why, actually, so this person, let me see if I can play this video.
Hi guys, little update from Pride. I wish it was all. Less than 5 minutes later, a group of officers why Zodiac was being arrested. Instead of answering her, the police tackled her to the ground as well, ripping her earring out in the process. Several onlookers then started asking why these people were being arrested. About 4 minutes into the scuffle, the police finally stated that Zodiac Rose had a warrant out for their arrest. Mind you, the police had been up and down patrolling and seen Zodiac Rose for at least 2 hours prior to this. And they were at the protest defending the elementary students in North Hollywood yesterday. At no time before this did the police attempt to serve this so-called warrant on.
So basically, they're saying that they don't think that they actually had a warrant for the arrest because they had seen this person multiple times and didn't arrest them prior to this. Or the police were not trying to make a scene at Pride or at any of these events, and so they were letting this person kind of go, give them the opportunity to possibly turn themselves in after they knew that they had a warrant for their arrest. What's really interesting is that she mentions the elementary school. So the day before, there was a Pride event at a local elementary school where Antifa or Trantifa and other far left agitators showed up because there was another group that was protesting the event, and so a fight actually broke out. So they're saying like they were at the event yesterday where a fight broke out. Like seriously, like here's the like, there was a fight. And what's interesting is they can't like call them. I don't know what they're going to call them, what they're going to do with that, because like the parents there were Armenian. Like they weren't just like, they can't call them like racist, or they're also part of a protected class. So I don't know. What's the left going to do there? I don't know. It's interesting. But what really tells me that this was an actual warrant and that's what they were arrested for was when I wrote this on Saturday. So Darling had not yet been released, had been still sitting in jail, and bail was set to $100,000. That's a large bail amount for what it was, right? I mean, and so the other person that was obstructing was released. So Thomas was released and only had a $10,000 bail. So I'm just going to say that it wasn't that this person really did have, a warrant for their arrest. You can't steal people's phones. And then you can't like destroy their phones because you don't like what they have to say. That's kind of obstruction, and that's it's kind of against the law. It is battery, like it's assault. Like you can't do these types of things. Yet the left gets away with them so much, like stealing stuff, assaulting people. They get away with this stuff all the time. And so why wouldn't they think that they would just get away with this? I'm glad that this person was arrested. This person is obviously a violent activist that should be arrested.